7th weekly live stream of that MLPDS thing where we do the critiquey thing. What is critique?
Of ponies.
It's making your art maybe better. We aren't quite sure. We try though.
We work for it.
We pretend we do.
But hey, also shout out, last week was the 7th birthday of the MLPDS.
It was.
Ooh. Drawing some ponies. Magic has something to do with friendship.
And
They can't flag me because I changed the words and tune.
shout out to that user whose
Stranger
name
Source
deleted.
said not flagged.
Holy cow, does he post a lot.
Oh yeah.
2,695 posts. I am impressed.
Oh my gosh.
Way to go.
I have less than 1/10 of that.
That is amazing.
So
Also, I apologize for the dog.
that we'll get over it one year.
It's not even my dog.
So welcome everyone, and holy cow, 4 small horses of the apocalypse are here. There's a lot of new people here. Like most people in our
Lots
chat
of
are
them.
new.
We have expert advice from Maud over here.
That's fair. I see
Always
Oh no.
proud.
I see a Spellbound Canvas. Hey, Spellbound Canvas. We see you submitted a picture, but I sent a question to you in the Reddit. The question was, do you have any actual questions about your said picture? If you do, please type them out, and we'll happily answer them. As of now, we were looking over your picture, and we didn't have any corrections that haven't been said to the previous ones. So we weren't quite sure where to approach. That's why we went and reached out and said, what do you got for us? What's art block are you having?
The words, the stuff.
The thingies.
And today we have Zamzam, Ali, and Zai.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
I don't. Yeah, we usually do that, don't we? Yeah.
We have Ali back.
I'm not dead
Yay!
anymore.
She has evolved from robot pack to lion pony.
Being a robot was still fun.
So as you know, the gist of the live stream is submit your art, and we'll happily critique it. If you got any questions, please feel free to ask them. Hopefully, someone will bring it to our attention if we miss it. Looking at you, Stranger Source.
The most responsible and productive one of the group.
Yeah, it's true. What we do at the stream is we apply our limited but somewhat rounded horse art knowledge, and we try and critique your art. It's mostly stuff
Yeah.
that's submitted to the My Little Pony Drawing School on Reddit. But
But
hey,
if you have something else, then feel free to throw it at our faces, like Albie said.
we have done non-horses before.
Oh yes,
Yes.
that is true. If
We
you
will
have something
always
else,
try our best. I
sure.
mean, all
Yeah.
art has a way of being critiqued.
The only limit is we don't do the adult stuff, so
Yes.
Yes.
gotta be family friendly.
Kid friendly. It's a family show.
All right. So the first picture that we have on our list is by Razald. Yes, Razald. It was submitted 6 days ago, and it says, "My buddy showing off his Minecraft stuff on PS3. We are both 18 plus. That is a beanbag I'm in." I'm not quite sure why you said you're 18 plus. That's great, but hey, beanbag chairs. All right.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out the structure of the beanbag chair. It's like a weird shape. I think I'm just like not used to seeing beanbag chairs, just like bean bags. I'm guessing they're different.
I'm used to the beanbag chair just like being the sack,
Yeah, because it looks like it has an actual chair part on it.
which is cool. Is that a real upgrade
for
on them?
For a second, I thought this. Oh no, I can't draw. What has happened? My drawing. No. Okay. For a second, I thought these were like the pony's arms, like the shoulders were just like really far pushed back. That's not the case.
With back. Holy cow. Oh my gosh, they totally exist.
I've seen there's beanbag couches now. I really want one.
Beanbag chairs with backs to them, like reinforced backs, so your back actually holds up.
That sounds like the thing I need to be sitting in.
Yeah.
Can I just say for a moment how sweetly adorable Celestia is?
Yeah.
That is
You get a hug,
very
Celestia.
that is very
One sec.
in character for
Hug.
Celestia. Also
Oh.
mod in character being like I can already see the art needs more rocks. Yes, it does. And fluffy rocks.
Is it weird they're like somewhat in character?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So for the picture,
Yeah.
I just did a little draw over on the body of the one pony. I know having ponies sit is weird because, well, horses can't sit on their butts properly. Like, if you even look at the show, they do some crazy things just to make it kind of somewhat work. So I'm feeling a little bit of antherness from how the horses are. I mean, they're sitting upright and playing games, all that fun stuff. So just give them some butt. Give them, they're allowed to have some booty. They work hard. They play hard. Give them that butt that actually like makes connection with the chair. Because think about it, if you sit on anything, any creature, you yourself, like sit down, your butt's gonna make contact with the chair. It wouldn't be floating. That would be really hard to keep up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doodling all the stuff falling off of this slanted cabinet. It
Thanks,
was
Cold
just a
Trail.
joke.
Everyone deserves the booty, absolutely. And don't worry, Dino. I bet you can hand out all the booties today.
I'm concerned why they have a gun.
Whoa, you don't
Is
have a
that
gun in your
real?
house?
Even no,
Oh.
I live in England, and if even and these I would assume live in Equestria, and whether it's real or not means guns exist in this like mini universe, I guess. And I don't want ponies to
Fallout
have guns.
Equestria
That's
is
just-
canon. Didn't you know this?
That is not the world that I want to see ponies living in. But whatever. Also, they have a camera, so I'm like a little.
I think that's supposed to be part of the like VR systems.
Ah, that's a thing. Cool. I didn't know how those work, so awesome. But yeah, the cabinet just like a little bit slanted there. It can be very hard, especially on paper, to like get these things straight. What you can try doing is like, I think you can sometimes get some like lined paper underneath, but this looks like particularly thick, heavy paper, so that probably won't work. But you don't really need to grid it out too much. But so I'm taking a step back every now and then and looking at the page. Then again, there might be some. I think there's some distortion going on with the shape of the page, like the way the page is. I can't access any of my tools. Good. The way the page is bent in the photo, so like we can't really talk too much on like the actual perspective because the page is sort of bent like this. So yeah, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure though that the chair is sort of like leaning forward. Do you guys say so?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And while you're over there, I know we always talk about don't forget the behind the ear thing, don't forget the second one. Well, now don't forget the second leg unless your character does only have one leg. The other leg would hang with the other, their baby legs
They're leg friends.
somewhere in there. Play with it. It's gonna take a bit. It's not the easiest thing. You gotta give yourself time to figure it out.
So
Yeah, I found the rotate. I
Oh,
lost the rotate.
that's what it's missing. Where's its little tail? The other one,
The tail.
the one on the beanbag chair makes perfect sense.
Mm-hmm.
The other poor horse, wee little tail. I would like to talk about the mane on
a small
the
tail.
other horse, the one on the left. You've done this really jaggedy, short hairstyle. That's perfectly fine. I mean, I rock the buzz cut. It's very short, very easy to deal with, and it's very pointy. I would never ever draw it as a bunch of little individual bodies though, because that's way too much effort. My suggestion, because from about 5 feet it just looks like a body of hair. My suggestion is draw it exactly as that. You're gonna smooth it out much like you've done with other horse on right here, but you're just going to, instead of having big sweeps like this pop off, you're just gonna go with short jagged ones like you've had, but just reduce the amount you are doing.
Less is more.
Yes. People will get the idea that it's really short because, hey, there's only little short jagged bits popping off, but the rest is like very, very short hair. So easy to maintain. It just sort of stays where it is. No matter what you do. You got bad head, it doesn't matter. 5 seconds later, it's going to be back to straight. This has been an ad for Buzz Cuts.
Also, there's a cute little doodles that the CPC is doing next to the thing.
So that's I would like to congratulate you. I looked at your other horse's ear and went, oh no, something's wrong there. There's always something wrong with the far ear. This far ear, perfect. Positioned perfectly. Just well done. More off.
Stranger Saurus said, do note that we are not actually sponsored by Buzzcuts.
Just calling me out on all my sponsorship I'm trying to force on other companies. Braun razors. They give you the best.
Josh Shave Club.
I hear with Dollar Shave Club, you can keep your hair really short. Yeah, I like the details thrown in the room. You have stuff there that makes sense without being cluttered. There's just not like an avalanche of empty Sprite cans coming from the one side or whatever. It all makes sense. You got corners of the walls. Wonderful. You've done a great job on this picture overall. Some easy corrections, well, not easy corrections, but some nice corrections that you can do on your next one to think about. Just keep it up, man. This is good. This is good stuff.
Yeah,
Mwah.
definitely.
I do like seeing people draw like scenes happening and stuff.
Yeah.
That's always
Yeah.
nice.
Because everyone's afraid of backgrounds, right? Because, like, yes, they're hard and they're involved, and you know what? They take some time. They do.
Yeah. I know, and not even just like drawing backgrounds is one thing, but drawing the background as the foreground, you know, with things happening and the characters interacting with that makes it even harder. So, props for tackling that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Keep challenging yourself. If you keep challenging yourself, you are going to become a better artist.
Mm-hmm.
So once again, Spellbound Canvas, because I see you lurking back there. If you have any questions about your picture you submitted, please ask them, because as we said earlier, we have nothing offhand to talk about on your picture in particular, because we've talked about the issues that we already see there, such as shadows not existing where they should exist, and the general us trying to push you further to do more in your pictures. If you have any specific questions, though, feel free to ask, and we'll do our best to answer them.
Yeah, absolutely.
For the CBC is fluffing something that, for once, is actually something that definitely needs to be fluffed.
Oh, fluffy
beanbag chairs? Yes, please.
Holy cow, the static generator.
True.
You would get off that and, like, touch a doorknob and fly.
It's great for parties.
All right, let's go on to the next one.
All right.
So this one is by Lord Schwinton. I love these names. They always make them more and more interesting for me to pronounce. So this one, it appears as though he's a first-time poster, and he asks, do you have any tips for this? I did this fast and loose sketch or color sketch. Any advice or critique is welcome. All right. Fast and loose is great. We love fast and loose. Sketches that are quick and just boom, pound it out. Let's get on to the next one. Wonderful way of doing art. The reason is you aren't going to spend 40 minutes focusing on that one little piece of that eye that you just can't get right. Because guess what? No one's going to notice that thing you spent 40 minutes trying to correct that one eyelash.
Yeah. It's true. No
Yep.
one really does.
And you're not going to improve your art spending 40 minutes on one eyelash, but you will improve your art doing two or three other pictures. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like something like this. Yeah, I was about to say. You did. So this was a quick sketch, quick colored sketch. Now, if you want to try to improve it, do it again. I'd be curious. We're gonna give critique now, but if you do this again, try to critique yourself and see what could be improved the next time you do this same sketch.
Bonus points, if you write those critiques out in your next post, be like, this is what I saw. Do you agree?
That would be
Yeah, that'd be
amazing.
interesting.
Yeah.
For example,
well,
Oh yeah, sorry, you go.
Sorry. While it's really good to get critique from others, like it's best to get other eyes. It's also good. You build yourself by critiquing others and yourself. So it's winning all around.
Yeah. So I feel like the main sort of falls quite flat. Luna and Sestina, their princess is very regal, pretty hair, and it has a lot of volume to it. So where this sort of comes out and then just falls straight back, there isn't much volume around this area. Like around the bottom, cool. There's lots of swishy hair there, but you could just like do this nice sort of like sweep over the fringe, let it go off the picture. One thing about this is, it's a very close-up thing. Oh, so I knock everything off my desk.
Oh no!
It's a very close-up thing, so it's hard for your brain to say, hey, this is where, because what you've got here looks like a nice big shape. But if you look at it as a big picture, you zoom out, look at the whole thing, you can say, hey, yeah, it's maybe a little bit small. What is that hiding in the main? Little shape. We need like a little twilight coming out of the main.
For a second, I thought the thing you drew was like a volume.
It is!
That's what I thought. What? Oh, the hair has volume. Fucking LD.
We have fun here, kids.
You with the pun.
The only thing I did was it's a colored sketch, and I love that. You have lines, you have outlines. Why not give more lines to the picture? Define that ear a little bit more, because right now it's just kind of like a cut off stump. It, like, the way I see it, the way you drew it, it sort of just feels like if it were a block like this, just a solid object. So have some fun, do some more, to get some natural shapes going on there. You're being loose and fast, so use the looseness to your advantage, because that's how you get the most natural strokes. You get the most, like, more, curvy, or I don't know how to say it other than just like natural stuff. Animals are natural. They're not jagged. They're not pristine. All that fun stuff.
Stranger Saurus said, I think the horn should be tilted down a bit more. Right now, it's almost going straight up from the head.
I absolutely agree there. Probably like more around this area. Have a crappy horn.
Can I do this, Ellie?
Do it.
Okay. So this is the thing that I try and show people. It doesn't stick to everyone, and it doesn't work for everyone. But here we go. So we take the head, we split it horizontally, right down the middle. Then we take the head, we draw that wonderful vertical line. Holy cow, I am backwards, but whatever, you get the idea. We're doing both vertical and horizontal here. So now we have it split, okay? From this center point, which is going to be some point bisecting this line to that line, just sort of eyeball that stuff. We're going to change our color up here to green. Boom. We have the center point of the entire head here. Now, the distance between, or the angle between here and here is only 45 degrees of the head. We're going to go to the midpoint of that. Boom, straight up. Here we get the horn. It pierces at a 45-degree angle to drill the heavens. Horn. Every time. Works 5% of the time. Wait, no, that's not how it works. It works. It's a pretty solid way of making sure the horn points with the head, because if we assume every head is a beach ball or a slight ovally weird shape, we're going to follow that direction of the head, because it doesn't make sense to curve it up or down, because that just gets a little awkward. It becomes like a Bob Ram U sort of horn. So we're going to draw it as though it's a party cone sticking off the head, which makes sense. These horses are party animals. They have like 18 different celebrations a week. It's great. So here we go. We got one horn. done, and now we can repeat it for the next head, even if we change the angle. Hope that helps. Love the face. What I've done with the jaw in this pink is I've just shortened that muzzle a bit. While it's true the alicorns do have very long faces, very horse-like faces compared to the rest of the MLP universe, it's still not gargantuanly long. If that's the style you're going for, by all means go with it. But I would suggest pulling it back a bit, getting that, cute, shorty, horsey sort of look going on there.
I was admiring the little muzzle that was drawn. It's very cute.
And
Got a
then
nice shape to it.
I also add the jaw to it because give it a bit of 3D shape because you're an artist and you have the liberty of making these objects a bit more depth, giving the bit more detail that they don't generally include in the show. It's a great thing to do because now we have the top and the bottom of the jaw and it separates and it lets us convey the emotion we're trying to show a lot better. It only takes a few more seconds to draw a mouth line then. So there you go. That's my critique for this one. Anyone else got anything?
Nope.
All right.
I am
Very nice. Very pretty.
Very.
More of them. More messy sketches. I love
Yes.
the messy sketches.
Definitely. Hop on to our Discord, I suggest. We have this art channel. Feel free to just dump a sketch in there and be like, hey guys, I'm not quite sure what's up with this left ear. You want to help me out? We'll be like, well, I know what the problem is. There's only a right ear. Or something along those lines.
Saying that, odds are it's Zom.
Yeah. I don't know why I get stuck with the ears.
Yep, that's your jam.
Do not put jam in the ears. It would take forever to clean out on a pony. All right. We have no other art that is lined up for critique, so please feel free to throw us the pictures. We will happily critique your art. If you can't hear us, I'm going to quickly type this in to this chat.
Mm-hmm.
Stranger Sora said, and don't feel like you have to share every sketch, do a bunch of sketches.
Yes.
Mess around and experiment, try what works and what doesn't.
Yes, all of that. The wise robot dino speaks. It's true. It's good to take time in between showing things so you actually get a chance to learn and to develop on your own. 'Cause
Absolutely.
if you just do a sketch, oh sorry.
No, I was just agreeing with you.
Yeah, because if you just do a sketch, show it to us, and then we critique it, and then you do another sketch, and then show it to us, what opportunity have you really given yourself to learn?
Yeah. And if you do a whole bunch of sketches between these weeks where you must wait for so long for another MLPDS, then you've done a bunch of drawings, probably learnt a little bit, then you come back to us and say, hey, I tried out the things you told me a couple of times. I also experimented with that a little bit. And I've drawn lots of other things and tried out new things. And then there's so much to work with and we can look at it. And you're probably already a much better artist than the you of an alternate timeline that came to us with only one picture. Because you've done like 3 or 4 more pictures, and you're 3 or 4 more pictures better.
Ellie, come on. We know you have an extra hour. Whoa! Fluffy's eye has been abducted by aliens. The static fluff aliens.
They are. Fluffy found this chair. They found the Fluffy beanbag chair.
Oh no! I'm just Googling this while we wait for art.
Weird. Whenever anyone says my mic is weird, I go to check and then it's fine. And it's like, are you having me on?
We are
Silly
not. We have
microphone.
a recording of it and everything.
No, it's my mic is just like being a troll.
Oh my god. It's
That's
a
your-
beanbag chair made of shag.
Oh my gosh.
That would be, if you want to have lightning powers, it'd be Thor. That's probably the way to do it.
Allie,
Yeah.
you need to buy this for your house.
Oh no. Oh no. Here I go clicking it. Oh my gosh, that looks really soft.
It does.
That
Oh,
looks really comfortable. Ugh, I want it now.
I found ones down at $74.
I want it, but I have no room for it.
Just put it on your bed instead.
You know what? We need to invent this, but it's like a plushie, and it has like arms and legs and a head, and you sit in it, and you're like sitting on its belly, and then you like wrap the arms around you, and it's hugging you, and you lay there and you get a hug from your chair, from your plushie.
I honestly believe both Celestia and Luna are great artists. They just don't ever show their art.
Mm-hmm. It's like real life or old school princesses. You get schooled in all the things creative and art wise.
Yeah.
Mm. What is this little bird?
So Celestia, do we have to go find your picture in the archives?
CPC, what have you doodled?
And more importantly, you don't think you can draw, but I honestly believe everyone has some talent in drawing. You just gotta foster it. We started out as some pretty poor artists. Let me go back onto my DeviantArt here.
Let's all go to the page 1 of our DeviantArt and show the crappy things.
A lot of people do the cleansing. I don't. I like to have all the old stuff.
Yeah, same. I hate my old art. So I don't hate. I do like it existing as like, this is like what I used to draw. This is where I come from, and you can see like the journey. I don't like people like commenting and like, I love this picture. I'm like, why do you love this picture? But at the same time, I want it to be there. To see how crappy I used to be. I posted something to my Tumblr the other day, and it was like some fake question and answer thing. It was just like, artist, how do I draw like you? I can only do crappy pictures. Why are you so good? And then the answer is just like, because I've drawn way more crappy pictures than you.
Here you go. That's like the earliest thing on my DA. So bad. So bad.
I will see.
I went to one of those how to draw anime books, and I went, I'm an expert because I read a third of this book. And by read, I mean flip through the pages.
I have quite some things in the depths of my gallery as well.
I have to admit, I got rid of all of my anime drawings from high school that were on my DA.
Allie!
I can't find the pictures anymore.
The thing is, if I removed them from my DA, they would just be gone, because like I lost my old hard drive that had my terrible old art on. So I think it's only on DeviantArt now. There's a point where it cuts off, and I just don't have the old things. But it's like the earliest stuff that I don't need.
One day.
I do want to go back to the earliest page. Oh, minor gripe here.
Yeah.
But does anyone hate the? This is not a recent thing. They changed this a while back. But on like the gallery, when you're like searching a gallery, it's got like the page numbers. It goes like where you've got the numbers. It's like 1 ... It'll have the dashes, but they'll be like either side of the one that you're browsing, so you can only skip back one page. It's like, why even have what? Just extend the bar by like 2 numbers and have 2 more either side, so that I can browse like 3 pages at a time at least.
I'm absolutely loving these 4 people who are Celestia, Fluttershy, Rainbow Dash, and Mod.
True heroes.
They're just falling into character, and it's freaking fun.
Oh my God. The terrible old pictures.
I think is that the earliest horse you had on your gallery?
Earliest full body.
Okay. I guess I can go look at your gallery. Oh, have you checked your scraps?
I don't believe I have anything in there.
Oh, you do.
Check though. I do.
Oh, you do.
How old? Nothing too.
2010? I mean,
Like
8
the
years.
start of MLP.
Yeah, 2010. It's before MLP. It's got a bunch of dragons on it.
Oh my god, that was from
It's
high
done
school.
on lined paper. This is great. Oh, Allie,
Oh,
how
did you
you...
draw that saffron masala? That's cute.
Whose line is it anyway with dragons?
I completely forgot about these.
It's weird someone commented on it when it's in your scraps.
That was the friend from high school that I did these with.
Ah.
It makes more sense now, right?
I have some pretty terrible. Like the first couple, like the very last page of my gallery isn't too bad, and then like as you go forward, it gets like worse somehow, and then it gets better.
That happens.
It fluctuates. Yeah, art's definitely a fluctuating thing.
Here's a terrible. I have terrible things.
I just
Which is-
grabbed the one I liked the best and the first full body I had of a pony.
One of the most terrible ones I can find, and conveniently, is a picture of a mermaid, which I was drawing today, so I can just get the sketch that I sent earlier.
Yay!
Is it safe
After
for
I
work?
figure out how to navigate everything. Here it is. Oh, let's see.
All right, Spellbound Canvas. You got any questions about this picture for us? Because we definitely love quick questions about it.
Absolutely.
Wait, that's... Oh, CPC? Seriously? That's your first? No way. Gotta go fast.
Gotta go fast.
How far back does her gallery go? Wow, she has so many scraps.
It's really interesting how like CPC style evolved. So you have such a distinctive thing now.
She carved little clay animals. Oh my gosh.
This is browse our DeviantArt channels, the stream.
Oh, we got a thing back from Spellbound. They said mostly about the anatomy and any suggestions regarding lighting and shadow during the night.
All right, I guess we can do what we came here for. All right. So where's your lighting coming from? Is it, or do you only have light coming from this single point of light, and is it a completely overcast night with like a no moon night, a new moon? Or are we talking like, is it high noon at the Cute Corral? What's going on here?
I mean, even before we know where the light's from, I feel like all the colors you have here are very saturated for nighttime. Like, it's so saturated.
Absolutely.
Yeah, the backgrounds. I can't even figure out what that noise is.
That's a motorcycle down the street.
So it looks, if I'm not mistaken, like the blue and yellow specifically look like the actual primary colors.
Mm-hmm.
Which you never like. Blue is my favorite color, but I would not ever go anywhere near primary blue, like ever. it hurts your eyes no matter what it's paired with.
Yeah,
But
it's just how you shouldn't use full white or full black.
The lamppost is too similar. Like the part on the top, the head of it is too similar, so you can barely even see it.
They won't be using
and
those colors.
Oh, they're sort of like placeholder things. Okay, so
Okay, that makes it a little hard for us to give
yeah,
advice for that.
at least in
Also-
terms of the background, anyway.
Yeah. And as for don't use white and black, like you can do whatever you want. It's just like sometimes you get better results if you use slightly less white and slightly less.
I always admission time. I always whenever like someone commissions me or whatever to like draw a character and they have just like actual white or black in parts of their character design, I always like use off white and off red.
Of course.
Like I had one
You don't
recently.
give shading otherwise.
Yeah, I did one recently, and like it was like a character that had like a white coat, like a full white coat, and also some parts of the mane were full white, and then the other character parts of his mane were full white. So I was just like, no, I use like slightly off white of different hues, and you could just, it's so much easier. Even if it's a subtle thing, you can tell straight away that they're different. because they were overlapping, and like there's just one black line separating these colors.
Yeah. Right, so they want to know about the anatomy of the stallions.
Looks okay to me.
I mean, I have some issues with the front guy standing over here. So if I look at the nose, basically,
Yeah.
the angle of the nose is like this, and then the angle of the feet are like that. So the nose is smushed into the side of the body. And I know it's not completely side view, but it wouldn't be that much a showing.
Easiest way to fix this: move the nose holes.
Yes.
With the angle of the head, cut off most the left nose hole, and you'll do just fine. Like, move this right nose hole over to about here. Take your left one and just go boop, and now your head turns with it.
Mm-hmm. Now I know this is also like an MLP thing, but the fact it has no cheeks also kind of irks me, just because it just feels like, oh, its face is curving in this way, and then a muzzle shoots out, instead of, like, you know, the skin would kind of bump over and connect to the muzzle.
We need the other ear, because it still exists.
Yeah.
Also, Super C, that is still adorable for an old picture.
Dang it, Rainbow Dash.
Twilight, what did you do to this poor lamppost?
I am happy to see that even the horse behind Twilight has all the back legs hanging on there. That's
Yes.
such an easy thing to forget about.
Well, yeah, forget or decide they're covered up.
Yep.
Because you don't want to have to go through all the drawing, what, like, behind Twilight, and to figure out where they're supposed to be, just to have like a tiny little bit of a leg showing. But sometimes it can make the difference, you know.
You know, for a horse going to jail, she has very tame hair. When Twilight gets flustered, her hair shows it.
Yeah.
Maybe we feel to reflect that in this picture. Because even as Alicorn Twilight, like, she cannot control her hair. Her hair seems
Her hair
to be...
shows emotions.
Yeah, it's
you
cool.
know what else does with ponies?
Everything on their face.
Yes, and the most of all is, once I get my pen, their ears.
Yeah, flatten those things
I
out.
mean, you can still have them up if you want, but it shows a lot of this sort of emotion that you're trying to pull to have the ears back. And there are lots of ways that the ears can sit and can move, as well as like to flick around and pick up sound. They generally are such a big emote tool on ponies. They show so much of like how they're feeling, what they're thinking, and also like how they move and how fast and where, as well as another thing. That's more for animation.
So shading. You're asking about that. If your light source is going to be just the street lamp, which seems very odd for even nighttime, because the fact there's one street lamp means there's going to be some other down this row, like towards where our color indicator is, or our color dial. So we're going to get multiple light sources, plus a tertiary light source sitting above us. That hilarious moon thing. We're assuming this is during the night based on what you said earlier. And it's in Illustrator. Oh, wait. Okay. So the characters are done as a vector, and then everything else will be done raster.
I see.
Okay. So the lighting. Primary light source will likely be this. So you're going to do your heaviest highlights based off the lamp here. And that means the closest characters to it are going to be hit the most intensely from it based on how bright you want the lamps to be. Seeing as it's Equestria, magic, I assume lamps are just these wonderful radiating sources of very soft and happy light. They rely on like unicorn magic or something. I don't know. Anyway, they're gonna be soft and glowing and wonderful. You're gonna catch the red guard pony with all sorts of light. He's just going to be bathed in it.
Yeah,
and as you move down, his shadow's going to cast down to Twilight, whose shadow's going to cast down to Steel Horse here. Mm-hmm. Going to be a bit of a pain to do, but it's going to work, or it's going to make your picture great. Now, here comes the fun part.
Spacing.
You got a light source likely coming from behind them too, because other street lamps. It'd be weird to only light one street lamp. So, secondary light source, going to be a lot dimmer because it's going to be further away. It's going to start towards the butts of your horses and move forward. And you're going to continue this idea. And my suggestion would be just multiple layers, and you're going to layer the light sources on, and then do an additive layer just so they all down mix together. And your final light source should be above. The moon at night is so stupidly bright when it's like half full or more. When you step out into the night that's not the city and you have that moon going, you can walk through a forest without a problem, assuming you've given your eyes a little time to adjust. So your ponies are going to be bathed in light. The moon's not a sharp point of light. It's actually more of a radiating light, much like the sun. So as opposed to giving sharp lines like you'll be generating off of your lamp over here, you're going to be giving it a smoothish light. If it's covered by clouds, it makes clouds glow. And what happens when clouds glow? They're just a diffuser for light, meaning everything's bathed in a soft light. Just like when the sun's out. In fact, it's best to take portraits of people while there's cloud cover, because natural diffusers are awesome.
You don't get that harsh light making the harsh shadows.
Exactly. Harsh lights are evil. They're evil.
It's a photography thing.
Unless if you're going for harsh lights, and then they're great. But generally you're going for soft lights, because soft faces make happy faces.
I'll make that a card as well.
Yes.
Also, can I just quickly point out comments that made me laugh at the end of Spellbound Canvas's thing, saying that the reason why this is happening is because she returned the book 5 minutes late, which is just like absurd. I'm like, is this like one of her like neurotic like over like her fantasies where she's just going too crazy in her head? And then Maud Pie afterwards with the, doesn't she live in the library?
I feel like this would be a trick Celestia played. Yes, harsh lights are fascist. This is true.
Or fascist.
I think she was going for fascist. I don't know. So that's my rant about lighting. Are you going to apply all that? I have no clue. Should you? Yeah, cool. Do it. Why not? Go wild. Go crazy. Try something new. Because we haven't seen that in your pictures before. We haven't seen multiple light sources hanging around and interacting with each other, adding and subtracting based on shadows and lights. I would like to see that, because you've done a lot of art. You go to your gallery, you got hundreds of pictures. I want to see you start pushing yourself more. And that is my not mic drop, but I will put a Fluttershy by the tablet. There we go.
The mic's kind of like fastened onto a stand, so it'd be hard to do.
Yeah.
It's like floating in front
They're
of
also
me.
expensive. Don't do that.
Yeah. Oh, I have my new mic ready to be wired in on my desk. I could drop that. But it is expensive, and I saved up for like 3 months to get it.
Fluttershy's proud of you.
Aww.
All right. Do you have any further questions? I intend to do that with this one, but due to sad events, I put it in purgatory. Purgatory happens. Sometimes you just go, yep, not doing this picture anymore. Let's go on to something else. That is completely fine.
And sometimes it's disappointing because it was like a picture you were excited for, but you can always try it again in the future or do something, take the idea and do something similar with it.
Allie.
Yes. After you said tertiary light, I'm like, tertiary light.
That's You know, I already made a pencil sharpener out of a horse butt. I bet I could make a nightlight too. Allie, would you buy a nightlight that glows purple out of a horse's butt?
There's things I want to say, but I don't know if it's appropriate for the stream.
We'll do it in the After Dark stream. You have a thing, Di Levy? Let's see your thing.
Ooh, more things.
Just sketches are fun. Oh my god, Fluttershy. Get over here. Oh, hey, there you are.
Flesh is so sweet.
Di Levy's picture. I see it. It's in another chat. It's a place
And it's
where
durable.
you should all
Very
hop over to the
fluffy.
Discord.
Hold on, I accidentally locked Inky out of the apartment by putting the deadbolt in. One moment.
No grapes allowed.
Once again, I highly suggest you all hop on Discord. You can join Di Levy with us, because Di Levy's an awesome person.
The link is right in the Picardo chat, so you don't even need to. I dropped my tablet on my foot. You don't even need to search for it. It's right there. Now I need to pick up my tablet and get a new foot.
I have a bucket spare if you want some.
Some reason I was holding push to talk again. I always forget that when I don't have it on. I don't need to push Alt.
I become that person on a live stream. I forgot that it was on and jumped onto to my normal voice chat. It was on there for like 4 or 5 hours until someone's like, "Hey, Living Dead, we've heard you this entire time."
Oh,
I was
no.
over in the other room, like, singing show tunes while cooking.
My gosh, I don't know if I've like left the stream on after like. I don't think I've left the stream on while doing my radio show or anything, but I have like left the recorder on, and I've just like been at my computer, and I'm like talking about plushies and drawing, and thankfully no one has seen those recordings, and I can edit that out. But yeah, sometimes there has been a case of like accidentally leaving the input on or turning it on by accident while like talking to friends, and sometimes not so much an accident when the bands are just hilarious enough, and then they're just, "Sorry, why have we been on this whole time?"
All right. So, what's your questions about this picture? Looks like we got a unicorn horse that is very happy and very fluffy.
Very fluffy. So fluff. We are very pleased by the level of softness that this pony has.
And now I just see Fluffy's eye on a throne of fluff going, "Yes, the fluff pleases me."
Yeah, it's made of pillows.
Oh. Through the questions
The
in the
pillows,
Discord. Oh, you're the best, Di Levy. I hope we're pronouncing that right. I'm worried that I got cursed by gypsies and my eyes can't see proportion problems. Also, could use some fluff consulting. So we're gonna bring in our consultant. Is that okay with you, Fluffy's eye?
Yes.
Okay.
Cute pencil case.
So
I do have some stuff to say as well, but she little eyes.
much like Pawn Stars, we have an expert.
She's appearing very slowly. The only thing I was going to say was like the way the fluff is it's very, very nice. The way you got the fluff on the body and the tail and mane and everything kind of jutting out at angles every now and then gives sort of the impression of like the fur being sort of very untamed, like they haven't brushed it yet, or they just come out of a shower and like toweled off and their fur is all like a little fluffed out. Because you've got these like little short bursts of fluff every now and then, it kind of gives that sort of messy impression. Here comes the celestial hairbrush of Cute Pencil Case.
The stream brought to you. Yeah, this is true. If we're to have one of those word collages, fluff and ears and critique would probably be up there. Also, small boopable.
Stranger Saurus said, "I think the very tip of the back ear could be shown."
but would it be fluffy?
It better be. Everything is fluffy with ponies.
So, Dai, question about this ear. Is that supposed to be like a broken ear, or is that just fluffy ear? Pudge
Because
muffin
if the
cap.
latter, defense case is on it, I was about to draw. No, I didn't click on that, go away. That or sort of like a...
That was just fluff. All right.
Gonna do some stuff.
So I think the unanimous agreement on the hooves is, like your foot, consider it like to be an ankle here, right there, because we got bone, 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 up. So consider that to be an ankle, and instead of leaving it flat as though it's pushed up against a rock surface, relax it out and turn the ankle out towards the, like away from the camera, so it's facing that way. The advantage of doing this is it's, as we said, it's going to relax that pose a bit, and it's going to save us from looking like she just stands on cylinders, giving it a little more life to those legs.
I like doing the little heart-shaped poofs.
Yeah.
Cute. That they do in the movie.
Buy all our playsets and toys. Rocks are not fluffy. They are rock. I think CPC would counter that. In fact, I bet I can find a fluffy rock online.
She has fluffed incredibly improbable things on the stream, like clouds and light, and things that you would not think could ordinarily be fluffed.
So does the fluffing that CPC is doing, where she is creating bodies out of it instead of small spikes, make more sense? Because if your length of the hair is still, as long as your tail, the bodies coming out of it are actually going to be considerably long too. Unless if they're cut, in like a sword fight or a battle with a razor, or possibly a battle with, a bird, like
Evil nemesis.
Yes, I hear she has an owl. Don't buy the. Do they even have Celestias that aren't slightly pink, as toys?
I mean, yeah, there have been some like figurines and stuff that are.
Oh.
That are correct. As for the actual, the toy, I don't know, the actual proper toys often feel like really off-brand and weird, which is ironic. Like the blind bags and stuff are usually much better.
The only Celestia toy I have is a plushie.
Oh, I have the plushie. I have the Pop Funko, some little blind bags.
I do also have a plushie Luna to even it out, but it's Wuna. It's not Luna. It's a little Wuna. She's so cute.
I am missing a princess
Yeah.
in my plushie collection.
Is it a Princess of Love?
Yes.
Princess Big Mac.
Oh, but I think they actually Build-A-Bear actually did do Big Mac, didn't they?
Yeah.
Or am I not? Am I thinking? I know they did Shining Armor, but
I thought they did a big.
unless I'm remembering that wrong as well. Oh no, yeah, they did Cadence and Shining Armor. I think they did do a Big Mac. I forgot. I also still need to get a Trixie.
The Guardians of Harmony was incredibly well done.
Oh yeah, I've seen the Shining Armor one, and I'm like really tempted to buy it.
The spike.
I don't have much money. I haven't seen that one. I've only seen the Shining Armor one in my stores. Who's getting 1,000 Years Dungeon?
I mean, if it's 1,000 Years Dungeon in Equestria, I bet it's pretty nice.
What is this happening here? CPC. Is that CPC drawing?
What, the stuff way out to the side?
Yeah, it's the left.
Oh, I don't know anymore. I lost
We are losing our minds.
Do you have any other questions for us, Die Lady? Because we might have got hard sidetracked. Like, way left field. Oh, that's Celestia. They gave it shape to the eyes. So good.
Yay, so glad you're happy, Levy.
Oh no, only a spa service once a week. Fluffy's eyes really
Well,
gonna suffer there.
How would Fluttershy have her spa time with Rarity? Only once a week.
Well, let's be honest. If Rarity's in there, it would be the plushest of places.
I just imagine Rarity just completely like taking over the whole joint like she did with the Diamond Dogs.
Yeah, I'm still gonna do whatever I want.
Well, she would just like woo every member of staff in the dungeon, every guard and everything, and just like have them bring her spring water, and she'd have a nice room.
All right. Well, if you have no further questions, anyone else have any art they'd like critiqued? Any questions they'd like to ask? If you want, we can give you Fluffy's Eye's address so you can send him plushies.
Then they'll come find me and give me hugs. I think we are not getting any more art.
All right, then. Well, thank you all for joining us. It's been great. Thank you to the new people who are here. You're hilarious. Thank you to the old. You're still awesome and fluffy and cute and fluffy. Hopefully we see y'all again next week because we'll be here.
Thanks for coming.
Will we? Yeah, we'll
I
be here.
assume so.
Yeah. It's... Wow, Fluffy, are you going to be here?
I should be.
Because it's a
Hey,
special...
what day is the next week of the day?
It's your birthday.
Is it on the 3rd?
Yeah.
Then this will be my birthday. I should be here, since we do this at like 10:30. So, woohoo!
Won't just be out partying late into the night with your plushies?
No, actually, the time is completely snuck up on me, and I have no plans for anything. So I don't know what I'll be doing.
Oh. I hope your friends take you
I
out.
was gonna invite some friends around who like live all over the country, but like, it's way too short notice now. So I realized like a week ago, and I was like, oh well, too late.
You should invite them out next week and be like, it's my after week birthday party.
They're always like so busy with jobs.
Most
Like-
adults are more than fine with.
Mm.
Anyway,
Yes, very true.
I hope you have a good birthday.
I will probably be on. If not, then I will be here in spirit. But we'll see.
Well, Spirit Wind at least.
The forecast predicts fluff. And yes, nice name pun.
All right. I will talk to y'all later. Thank y'all for coming.
Come back soon.
Bye.
Join the Discord.
Join the Discord. Join it.
Join the herd.